Welcome to Recipe Wars. My name is BC Hoffman, and today's fight is gonna be on salad niçoise.
I am using Gordon Ramsay's recipe today for the niçoise salad.
I'm going to show you my secret for turning salad niçoise into a dish dramatic and delicious enough to merit a place in any Christmas celebration.
For me, the recipe was really fun because we get to add things like salmon to it, do twists with a coddled egg. It's a really overall flavorful recipe that I'm really happy about. And my recipe from Gordon Ramsay is a fun twist on the niçoise salad. It obviously has a lot of the original elements to it, but we're doing things like adding salmon to it. And the salmon is actually poached in a cold bouillon, excuse my French, which is a fancy word for it was actually cooked or poached in liquor. So we cooked it in a white wine. We added things like tarragon, salt, pepper, onions, bay leaves, lemon, anise, all these beautiful, wonderful flavors, fennel added in there. We cook it in there. What we do is we actually slip the salmon in once it comes to a boil, about 4 to 5 minutes, let it simmer in there. And then once it's done about 4 to 5 minutes, we'll actually shut the heat off and let it cool within the liquid to add a little more flavor to the meat itself. We're also using a coddled egg, which is a little more fun because it adds obviously the egg element to it, but the way you're also going to cook it is you're going to add bay leaf and anchovy to it, which the anchovy is a little bit bringing back some of the initial original elements to it. So a little bit of salt in there as well. We're going to add some heated pieces too as well. We're going to use the potatoes as well as the green beans, but instead of using the chilled, we're actually going to cut these up, saute them, and add them to the dish as well. So a lot of great elements as well as like a nice mayo, tarragon, vinaigrette type dressing for it. Really excited. This should be a great recipe.
I will be doing the niçoise salad version by Tyler Florence, who is the host of a TV show on the Food Network.
I want to make some classic French bistro food. Are you ready to get started?
I'm ready to start.
All right, so we'll start off with a vinaigrette for a salad niçoise.
He stays really true to classic, rustic techniques and cooking style. I also have caper berries in my recipe, and caper berries are just the mature fruit of a caper. They taste pretty similar, but inside you'll see that they have these seeds in there. But it has that same briny, salty effect to it, just like the anchovies as well. In my preference, if you don't like anchovies, you can also get white anchovies, which are not as salty, or they have a lot cleaner taste. If you're afraid of trying anchovies, I would recommend definitely trying a white anchovy. So with my recipe, Tyler Florence gave a great tip on how to mince garlic. So after he had it minced, we're just going to add a little bit of salt to it, and what that does is just kind of create an abrasive to just help you kind of mash that garlic up better.
It soaks up a lot of the excess moisture that the garlic has, and it, like you said, just makes it that much easier to chop up.
And even a little bit of olive oil as well. And what I like about this video is that he's helping this artist make this salad niçoise, and as he's making the vinaigrette, she asks, "Oh, you don't measure your ingredients?" And he asks her, "You don't measure your ingredients when you're painting, right?" And I absolutely believe, like, you know, a recipe is just kind of a guideline, and if you want more parsley in your dressing, or if you want it to be more acidic, you can absolutely do that, and you don't need to measure everything all the time.
Now, I would say that's fully along the lines of cooking. Now, if you're baking, that's another story entirely. Baking is more of a chemist's version of science when it comes to cooking. Cooking is just about having fun. Baking is too, but it's a little bit more specific.
Right.
I chose to do Julia Child and Jacques Pepin's salad niçoise because, well, if you're doing French cuisine, you might as well go with the two who brought it to America. For the dressing, Jacques Pepin and Julia Childs actually had this giant debate over how the standout dressing vinaigrette should be. Now, Julia was a huge fan of using scallions in hers, or shallots. So we're gonna give those a nice chop, get those all in there. And then what's really cool is they use a mason jar, which is actually one of the best ways to do it in my opinion. It's kind of like just a clean way of doing it, and that way you have it in the jar, so that way if you want to do it for later, boom, you got it for later right there. So we're just going to put our Dijon in there, we're going to put our vinaigrette in there. Now, according to Jacques Pepin, you want to have 1/3 of your vinegar to your oil. Depending on flavor though, that really depends on you. You want it more of an acidic tartness, by all means you can do whichever you like. We're just going to throw everything right in there. So then we're gonna add in lemon juice. We're gonna throw in some salt, throw in some of that black pepper. We're gonna throw in a little fresh herb in there. They use tarragon and thyme, and shake that bad boy. And there you have it. You have your vinaigrette, quick, easy, simple, and ready to set aside. We finished plating our salads, and now it's on to the true test to see who is the winner.
Which one should we try first?
You know, let's give Ramsay a try. So let's dig into Gordon Ramsay's with the salmon and the coddled egg. I do love that coddled egg.
It is.
I mean,
amazing.
It's a little more exciting than just a regular hard-boiled egg.
Yeah.
I must say, like, this is, like, it's my dish and all, but it's obviously Gordon Ramsay's recipe. This is really good.
Let's go for Florence.
Tyler Florence.
Tyler, Mr. Florence.
Now, I did cheat and I kind of ate some of your tuna while we were cooking.
It was good, wasn't it?
It was amazing. And I love the dressing. It's almost, like we were saying, it almost has that chimichurri taste to it. I feel like it should go on my steak, but it works on my seared tuna as well.
I really like how I could really taste that tarragon.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar what tarragon is, it tastes a little bit licoricey.
That was the first thing that I got. I'm not a huge, tarragon for me is good in small amounts. That was the first thing that instantly hit. It almost overpowered in a sense, but it's really good. The dressing is really light.
Now, judging by the fact that all of us pretty much finished your salad, I think so far that's the favorite.
I think I'm on a roll here.
Oh, man. So, rules are, no voting for your own dish.
I guess.
All right, then I'm gonna definitely have to go with Lolita's, just on the standpoint. I do love the tuna. It was really great tasting. You did a great job with it, but also it has lettuce in it. So I'm definitely gonna. That's kind of the reason I'm edging towards yours.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I'm gonna have to go with Adrian's salad. I think the poaching of the salmon and the court bouillon is different, and I can definitely, you know, it just highlights the salmon.
As much as I do love mine and the fact that it's not the traditional salad in the sense that it has lettuce. Every time you have salad, you're like, oh, where's the leafy green stuff? This one doesn't. I can't vote for my own. So, that being said, I love Lolita's. I love the way that the tuna turned out, and I just love tuna anyway, especially seared tuna. But, and the way it looks just is great. But to be honest with you, I really like what Gordon Ramsay did with it. With the eggs just being coddled the way they were, and that just bite. And I love a good runny egg personally, because I'm always a fan of an egg in shape.
You gave in to the salmon, didn't you?
And you know what? For something and someone who doesn't like salmon that much, I really did like the salmon on this dish.
Good job, Gordon Ramsay.
I'm gonna actually put my eggs in a basket, so to speak, and go with
Coddled eggs in a basket.
my coddled eggs in a basket. And Gordon Ramsay, I guess, Adrian?
Winner.
Good choice. You are the winner, sir.
Hey.
Yeah!
Thank you, Gordon Ramsay.
So, that being said, you've just seen Recipe Wars. We just did Nicoise salad, Gordon Ramsay's dish that Adrian presented. Just won. Julia Child and Jacques Pepin's, not so much, and Tyler Florence.
Second place, right here.
You've just caught Recipe Wars. So, just kidding. David on a box, David on a box, David on a box. You've just caught Recipe Wars. Please subscribe to our channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook. I'm BC Hoffman. Catch us next time on Recipe Wars. Fight on!